Welcome in to another episode of Bare Bones. I am Mason West, and as always, joined by Danny Meehan. Danny, how are you doing? Oh, Danny's talking. It's okay. I'm going to keep going. Basically, this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to be a bit of a war room. We're going to have Khari Thompson and Jacob Infante pop on in a little bit here. And those two, along with Danny, are really going to be, assistant to the GMs, I guess one could say. And they're going to pitch who they want. We're going to pull up PFF and we're going to do some voting, pros, cons, who should we take, trade back, stay, blah, 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 blah. No holds barred. I mean, we could do 100 trades in this if we really want to. We want to make it semi-realistic, but we don't want to go too crazy.
Oh, no, we're going to go nuts where we make 17 trade backs and collect the entire draft worth of picks.
Oh, God, yeah. So we were going to have, 50 men on the roster, all rookies, and then everyone else can just figure it out besides Justin and two other people?
Yeah. Are you new here? Have you not seen how people abuse these mocks? It's like, I can just keep trading back and getting multiple picks.
I mean, that's how it works, of course. And then, of course, stacking future picks, too, just wildly.
It's goofy. It's not realistic. I could see the Bears trading one more time down, but I think a majority of them are going to happen again, kind of like last year, where it'll get to the 5th round or something like that, and they'll just okay, we want more swings at guys we want rather than fighting it out for UDFAs. We're just going to keep doing a couple more of these to stack 2 or 3 more extra picks versus just taking one guy that we have maybe graded a little bit higher than the normal ones.
How many trades did Poles make in that day 3? Was it 3?
I think it was 3, if memory serves.
Yeah, it's not too shabby, right? And at the end of the day, as I like to put it, swings at the apple. You got to need as many of those as you possibly can. Especially in those day 3 ones. I mean, most of those guys aren't going to make your roster anyway. But of course, Bears fans tend to freak out about the person that gets 1st, 2nd, 3rd cut in training camp.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, God, it was for the longest time here on Windy City Gridiron. I think it was Larry Borum had the most listened to podcast in the channel's history. It's why?
You know who has a great podcast, though, that you should have been listening to before, but now he's shifted jobs, as he announced on Twitter way before, is Khari, who we're going to bring in right now.
Oh.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Khari?
Doing wonderfully. Had to disengage from watching Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, which is a great show for all of you dads and moms of young kids, by the way. Go ahead and check that out on Disney+. But funny thing with Bears fans, and really I think this kind of applies to a lot of fan bases, just how in love people become with the 5th round picks and the undrafted guys. Oh yeah, this is going to be the next diamond in the rough, guys. It's it never works for anybody else, but it'll work for us.
The first one I can remember where Bears fans got super enamored with him, there was a blog or a forum, I guess, way back in the mid-2000s, late 2000s, called Pro Sports Daily. And the Bears picked a player named, I believe, Marcus Monk, the wide receiver from Arkansas, who also happened to play basketball there. And everyone swore he was going to make the roster and be an awesome player. And I'm like, but why? Why do we actually believe this guy is any good?
Who was the quarterback from Illinois a couple of years ago?
Dan Lefevre?
No, that he moved a running back.
The Northern Illinois guy.
Oh, Jordan Lynch.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Jordan Lynch. It's oh yeah, he's going to be a great he's going to be the next thing. He's going to make the roster and run for 1,000 yards. And it's dog, you haven't heard of this guy ever again.
I mean, there's got to always be your Dane Sanzenbacher, your Tanner Gentry, all those kinds of guys.
Who was the most recent guy? The Ryan Nall. Yeah, so I almost forgot that he existed.
The Ryan Nall truthers were out in full force. And to his credit, the few carries he ever got, he definitely made the most of, and just enough of a splash to be okay, I can see why you're saying that, but let's be real, it's Ryan Nall.
Yes.
He kind of, Ryan Nall looks like Kronk from the Emperor's New Groove.
A little bit. He's got the chin.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're here, definitely want to plug a week from today, 6 p.m. Noon Whistle Brewing. Danny and I are going to be there, and we're going to be doing our live draft coverage. Actually, some pretty cool stuff. You can get $1 off of all draft pours during the draft. You're welcome.
Damn.
You're gonna have some giveaways, right? We talked about DJ Moore jersey. You can get a Hyperice, which actually I finally have right here. Boom! It's so nice and helps you recover from. And there's gonna be a plethora of other things. Danny's got some stuff. We got some stuff from Daddy Lester. He hooked us up with some things. There's gonna be a awesome book that we're gonna give out to. There's a lot of stuff basically. So come on out, hang out. Basically, we're going to be trying doing those giveaways as we're kind of waiting for the draft Bears to pick, and then we'll give a couple more away after they pick, and we do our spiel. We're going to have a bunch of people pop on and talk with us. It's going to be a really good time, so definitely come hang out. They have awesome food there. Lombard, Illinois. Don't go to the other one in Naperville. We won't be there.
And if you could please show up, so it's not just our friends and family giving us like a participation award, like thanks for coming, guys. Hi.
And also, not to mention, it is free, unlike some other draft parties that are going on. You don't have to pay to go in, only for what you're actually.
And you might see Khari like paratroopering in. You never know.
Man, I would like, especially like y'all gonna be smashing some beer. I would definitely do that. But no, that is unfortunately most likely not going to happen because I have to produce like 3 shows in a 2-day span for my new job. So yeah, I am not going to be in Chicago at that time. If I could, then like bow before me because I have invented teleportation, or I've learned the instant transmission. One of the two.
Dragon Ball Z reference for those out there keeping score.
Yo, anybody? I don't know if anybody caught the thread the other day where it was like ESPN would have been crazy during the Cell games. Oh my god, yeah, that was
I didn't catch that thread. I kind of want to find it now.
Unbelievable. Go check that out when we get off of this, man. Like I was at work, like you know how you're like quietly like trying to kind of keep it cool because you don't want to draw attention to yourself. Like I was silent cackling.
Find that. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna have to forward us that link to that thread there.
I'm going to. I'm going to. Yes, definitely gonna do that. Okay, now I'm gonna look for it right now. Why not? See, I already found it. So I bookmarked it. Oh my god.
You bookmarked it because you would.
Yes. I mean, come on. You can't let stuff like this just go into the ether and just never find it again.
Speaking of that, I wish I would have bookmarked the Reddit thread that someone did on like the nation's best strip clubs in the cities, and his performance that someone did on Reddit years ago. Like, it was like, I forget the outcome of it, but it was really in depth and really funny, actually. Like, and why did you decide to do that? Like, who has the time to go research his stats in the cities with the best strip clubs?
That's a lot of effort. I don't want to put into almost anything.
I mean,
meanwhile, I'm saying that having watched close to 200 draft prospects and no one's paying me to do it. So
yeah, well, I mean, it's exactly. So we are all putting ridiculous amounts of. We're doing a war room. Okay, we are taking an hour out of a Thursday night before the draft to do a war room and pretend like we are picking for the Chicago Bears. If that doesn't scream too much effort, try hard, I don't know what does. At the same time, I'm happy to be doing it with you gentlemen. Never done one of these before. This is gonna be fun.
Friend of the show, Khari Thompson, everybody.
My biggest fear is that there's gonna be something that pops up. There'll be a trade that's sitting there, and all 3 of you, the third person who's not here yet, who are literally just wasting time waiting to show up, is going to all agree, and we're just gonna fly through. Oh, that person. All right, cool.
We're done. I'll be a contrarian if I have to.
I'll be if needed.
If I need to just start a fight, I will.
Well, I know, and I mean, I can already see the points of contention that could arise. We're gonna go ahead and trade. We're all gonna trade back, and then it's gonna be like, yeah, we're all gonna like want the same person, and Danny's gonna be like, you know what? How about Bijan Robinson?
I feel attacked, but seen at the same time.
Well, yes,
it's a weird like
Dog, when the last time we were all on a show together, that is literally what you did.
That is true. That's fair.
That is what you did.
At 17, but even you said at 17 it wasn't a bad idea.
I did. Don't. Okay. Look. Yes, I did. I did say that. Now, will I do it? No, I'm not gonna do it. If that situation comes up, I will not. But
wait till you see me pound the table for a hockey player.
God. Is there a way to edit PFF just to remove him from the draft?
By the way, can we just like edit out Pete Skoronsky because we know his ass ain't gonna be. We're not picking this man, but maybe they would.
And then you saw Bears Twitter ignite with the Peter Schrager podcast today, where it was like Daniel Jeremiah said, "Oh, I'm tempted to put Bijan Robinson because someone told me not to." It's
not to rule him out, not to
not to rule. It's such a nothing comment, but
exactly. And look, when it comes to blue players, it's hard to get to be more of a blue player than Bijan Robinson. Like, let's be real about it. But the thing is, and you're alluding to this, right? And I think this is the part we got to talk about. All these draft rumors, like, oh yeah, the Bears might be kind of in on Bijan Robinson, or the Bears might want to take XYZ kind of wild card off the wall. It's because you're fishing, right? If somebody's like, I want to take Bijan Robinson, is somebody going to trade it for Bijan Robinson because, hey, he's the best running back prospect since Saquon, or like something like that.
So, Khari, I got a kind of a question regarding the Patriots for you because I know you've covered the team.
Yes.
If he's there at 14, does Hoodie just do the Hoodie thing and take him?
There is a non-zero chance that he would do it. I mean, he's taken running backs in the first round before. That said, in this particular case, I do not think he does. And it's not just – I mean, here's the thing. The Patriots, as wild as their reputation tends to kind of be, are surprisingly – I don't know if rational is the word to use, but a little bit more understandable than you would figure. They don't necessarily go completely off the wall.
Except for having Matt Patricia call.
Well, that's an entirely different thing. Because
Matt Patricia, who just got hired, right?
That was unparalleled levels of arrogance by Bill Belichick. I'm just going to come out and say that right now. And it slapped him in the face, deservedly so. But when it comes to the first round picks, especially you look at the last couple of years, they typically draft positions of need. Like they are actually one of those kinds of teams that does go need based in the first round. And so
because last year was Cole Strange, right?
Yes. And thing is, I was telling everybody, and people were all over the place. Don't say that the Patriots wouldn't draft a guard. I was like, if Zion Johnson is available at their pick at number 21, I bet you the Patriots will take him. And I think that the fact that they picked Cole Strange, they traded down, picked Cole Strange 9 picks later, tells me I'm probably right. Because, and then you think about it the year before, they needed a quarterback, and they drafted Mac Jones. They could have gone other directions. There were other good players around there that were positions they could have used because that 2020 team was not very good. They had all kinds of positions of need. But what did they need the most? They needed a quarterback. And so they drafted one. And then they traded up in the second round for more of a luxury position. So I think most likely you're looking at an offensive lineman, a tackle specifically, maybe a corner for them. So that should.
I'm racking my brain now because Broderick Jones seems too easy.
Well, I think it probably is, and I have been pounding the table, adamant that the guy that the Patriots probably would be most interested in at that spot is Darnell Wright. The reason being, the Patriots don't typically go after redshirt sophomores and true juniors, especially in the first round. I looked at this over the past 5 years. Only 4 of the 19 picks that they've had from rounds 1 to 3 have been guys that did not spend 4 years in college. So Broderick Jones, Paris Johnson Jr., Peter Skoronski, guys like that don't actually fit their mold. And Darnell Wright has like 42 college starts. He's a Senior Bowl guy. They love their Senior Bowl guys and Shrine Bowl guys. They love that. So to me, and this is me just guessing, I think Darnell Wright is probably their OT1 rather than one of the younger guys.
What about a guy like Zay Flowers, though? Because I remember there was a while where you were like, Zay, especially because of the connection of him at the Senior Bowl and like, with the Patriots there.
Yeah, at the Shrine Bowl. No, I think that so if you're talking about positions of need, offensive tackle is higher on the list than wide receiver for the Patriots, but the fit with Zay Flowers, they've already literally had him running the Julian Edelman routes. Those like old school Patriot slot routes, it's been documented. They were putting him through it down there at the Shrine Bowl. He flew in and like went straight to the facility. And Tom Pelissero was talking about to learn the offense with Bill O'Brien. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like it's too easy. Now
it's like a telegraph, yeah.
Yes. And the thing is like, is a smoke screen? Maybe. But I think that maybe 14 is a little high there. But if they trade it down, which I think they probably also want to do, I think Zay Flowers in the late teens, early 20s is prime wheelhouse there. And yeah, you could say, yeah, well, they need offensive line help and all that. Not unlike the Bears, they're going to be kind of thin in the cupboard at wide receiver after this coming season. They're only going to have 2 guys under contract. So they need wide receivers. So to me, if you're looking at the literally the 2 guys that I am circling as like, yeah, I think the Patriots want that dude. To me, it's like Darnell Wright and Zay Flowers. Now, Devin Witherspoon, I could also see just because he's
not gonna be there though, is he?
You wouldn't think, but I'm saying if he is there,
right,
I think that's going to be too hard to pass.
And that's it's
Drew
one of those
Junior
things,
be damned.
As people who spend way too much covering the draft as fanalists, in Kyrie's case, an actual analyst, we say these things like, oh, he's just not going to be there. And every year there's always 2, 3, 4 guys, and it's like, how the hell is he still there? And
yeah,
I could totally see it, especially with these receivers this year, because I have a rule when I personally break down receivers. You're allowed to be small or slow. You're not allowed to be both. And this class has a lot of small, slow wide receivers, and it offends my sensibilities.
Well, well, go ahead, Mason, because I've been talking too much. You go ahead and jump in.
No, I was just nodding along and with the point that Danny was making. Like, the receivers are all just very similar, where for some reason this year they all didn't eat their vegetables and didn't get over a certain height and weight. And it's just like, where are your big guys? They just aren't in this class.
It's like, what was it? I was listening to the Ringer draft show probably about a week and a half ago. It's like 5 of the smallest recorded receivers in combine history are all in this class, like 5 of the 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's absurd. You've got the lollipop guild running around out here.
I feel like, to me, I'm not as caught up in the size part. Though I get it, because here's the thing. Like, you want to talk about those X receiver types, like the big guys you put on the outside and they go run around like a T. Higgins. Like, is there a T. Higgins even in this draft? Right? Like
Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, it's like basically, yeah. Quentin Johnston. Maybe there's like a Rashee Rice, on day 2. But
I wanted to like him so much, and he
just can't separate, man. He just can't.
That's a problem.
the only way that guy gets separation is if he swings on you at the top of the route, and if you can withstand that, he's not going nowhere. He's not getting away from you. So you got a lot of small guys. Like, for example, I still am.
Or the other guy, the guy opposite of Jalen Hyatt at Tennessee, whose name I'm blanking. Cedric Tillman. He's your other classic X.
Yeah, and Jonathan Mingo got that size, speed, like weight, like ratio. He's definitely a big kind of
Bryce Ford Wheaton. Come on, just get the guy who didn't have any production in college, but he blew up the combine.
Yeah. Or I was just thinking about Justin Shorter, who's not short at all.
But gonna interrupt y'all now. We're gonna get rolling here. because Khari definitely needs to get out at some point. So I want to get his perspective on some of these picks.
Boo, Jacob.
I don't know where the heck Jacob is. Everyone go to Twitter, Jacob at JacobFonte24, and be like, where you at, man? Just trash him.
There's something that could be very
He's
much
Gen
in
Z
play
kid, man.
with his brand.
These Gen Z kids. You're not a Gen Z, are you, Mason?
No, I'm a
No,
millennial.
I think we're all the
We're all
people that
millennials.
ruined this planet. We're all millennials.
Hey, no, I'm not gonna we can't take responsibility for that. That was our parents, bro. That was our parents who did all that.
It's called tongue in cheek.
Mainly, I'm going to be kind of right in the middle. I'll be the ultimate decision maker here. I'll be taking on the role of king polls. Gotta get that crown situated.
My president, black.
So
y'all
got
your Lambo. Is your Lambo blue?
Who to take? It's as simple as that. Best argument wins, and we want this to be collaborative though. So hopefully we can all come to a decision together.
Yes, I'm all about collaboration. Is literally all I do all day, every day. So
I gotta figure out how to wear headphones and a crown at the same time. So how are we gonna roll? We'll start slow, especially in the first 9, just in case for some reason Danny's like, I want to throw draft capital away and I want to trade up. But we'll speed it up.
Why
Damn, who's slamming this man right away? Damn.
What did I do? Like, I would never. I'm the guy who would probably go the other way and just keep trading back.
I just honestly, it was the funniest thing for me to say at the moment, so that's why I went with it.
There we go. There, and Danny catches the stray. So
yeah, I'm just catching strays out here.
Actually, that wasn't even a stray. He squared up on you. That's true.
Yeah, I just got cold cocked. I wasn't ready for it.
Just went to the Cardinals, just so everyone knows.
At 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. Did you turn the randomness meter up?
No, I didn't touch it.
All right, let's go.
At 1, Bryce Young at 2,
Okay.
Devin Witherspoon at 3.
Let's go.
So already this is interesting.
Yeah, let's get it.
Danny, you sure you don't want to trade up with the Colts?
I'm good, man. I think Khari might, though. Oh, you know who would? Jacob. Jacob would totally trade up.
Well, Jacob's a troll, so.
Well, don't ruin his bit.
Continuing. All right, we got Anthony Richardson to the Colts, Will Anderson, Tyree Wilson, Will Levis, and then
mother, God, fucking God. Okay.
I'm upset.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
Oh, God, Drake here.
Okay, look, are we allowed to cuss on this thing?
Yeah.
No, yes.
Right? Okay.
You can cuss. It gets marked with the explicit when we upload it.
All right, so right now we can see on the board our top options. We got Peter Skoronski, Quentin Johnson, Christian Gonzalez, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Kalijah Cansey, who shall not be named, Lucas Van Ness is actually that person.
All right, who wants this pick? Let's look at it. Who wants
it? Can I don't want him per se, but the argument for Peter Skoronski is there. It is. Mm-hmm. He is 100% running away and hiding as the best offensive lineman in this draft.
Yes.
It's not particularly close. Paris Johnson Jr. is a 1-year starter at tackle and played right guard last year. Broderick Jones, no matter how much I may like him, is still a 1-year starter, and he's starting to seemingly tumble in the latest rumblings, coming out of the draft world.
People are realizing how raw he is. And then again, Darnell Wright is kind of like your most NFL ready, maybe tackle right now, but the upside isn't quite there. So hey,
look who decided to join us.
Really, dog, from the car?
Wow. Jacob gets to 30,000 followers or something. He's too good for the rest of us peons.
All right. Well, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
You're muted.
You're muted. But the TLDR, Jalen Carter got sniped the pick right before us. We're all pissed. So now we got to figure out what to do. So go ahead and sign it to me. No, he's out.
Goodbye.
Okay. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay.
Okay. So
what I was going to build off what you were saying there, Danny. I think if you were going to take Skoronski here, right, which is entirely, if they did that, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't.
How could you be mad? He's the legitimate best player on the board, and he fills a need.
He's a blue chip player. Truly is. Everywhere that he's gone, he's walked in and done everything he's supposed to do and more.
Yeah.
And I think if you draft him here, your thought process is you're going to have him as you try him at tackle. Worst case scenario, you're sliding him into guard and you have a Pro Bowl guard. That's the argument.
Well, there's also the idea that if you really don't feel, and this is totally spitballing because I have no idea what they really want to do with Tevin Jenkins, but say you didn't want to move Peter Skoronski to right tackle at all. Maybe you could try him there, see if you like him, and you could put him at left guard, right? And or and then like try and keep Tevin or somebody or a veteran at right tackle. There are different things that you could do with Skoronski. In theory, I would figure he would be one of your best 5 offensive linemen one way or another if you were to take him. So I am definitely understanding. I also would not be mad if that selection was made, but I want to see who wants this pick and where we can go to.
I was going to say, let's look at the trade offers, right? Who wants to move up and how far back? All right, well.
Boy, well, there we go.
There it is. There's the guy. There's the team.
Listening on the podcast, try to watch this on the YouTube video. It's going to be much easier for you. I'll try the best I can to say what's going on here, but we currently have 5 offers on the table. We have the Steelers at 17, the Seahawks at 20, the Ravens at 22, the Raiders at 38, and the Broncos at 67. Now, personally, for me, I don't want to go too crazy far back, so I'm kind of knocking out the Raiders and the Broncos. Those are stupid. So now you're kind of talking Steelers, Seahawks, Ravens. What are you thinking here?
Well, first of all, can we ask ourselves, first of all, what player would we want in that range?
Good question.
I know who I would want, but let's figure that out.
In your top 2, who are your 2 that you hope would be there at 17?
For me, because I'm a caricature of myself, Lucas Van Ness and
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. There was just a nightmare of events happening one after another, but I'm here. I am alive, and hopefully
spanking it.
My car noise in the background
while he's driving. Now that's special talent right there. Okay,
right,
Jacob, let me go.
There's nothing against the law about mocking while driving. I've checked already.
Yeah. All right.
But,
let me catch you up to where. Let me catch you up to where we are right now. Okay, we are currently at the number 9 overall selection. Jalen Carter just got sniped right before us by the Atlanta Falcons. So Peter Skoronski is the number 1 player on the board. We've been debating the merits of taking him. We have also gotten a look at the simulator and what trades are available. And the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 17 are available. They do want this pick. As well as the Seahawks at 20 and the Ravens at 22. So we've got teams in the back end of the first round that do want to move up. We have been considering immediately the Steelers at 17. So we were trying to figure out who we would want here. Lucas Van Ness, I feel like is probably, I don't know, he could be there, but I feel like probably not. Obviously, my first thought...
Let me have things that are nice for me. I don't care about anyone else.
We got to be realistic.
So, Jacob, who would be your top 2 if you traded back to 17? What players would you want there?
Yeah, so if we're going to 17, then is Paris Johnson still on the board?
He is.
He is.
Up on my end. I don't know.
Yeah. So he's breaking up on our end, but he asked if Paris Johnson is available. So let's think about this and try to nail this down and speed it up. So clearly we're going to have a couple of top tackle options. Broderick Jones is also going to still be on the board. So you've got 3 tackles that you could want here that are currently on the board. This is very good. You also still have the option of a Jackson Smith and Jigba if you want. You also have Christian
Elijah
Gonzalez
Campbell.
still on the board, though he will be gone. So there's a lot of good options here. Now, I think we should ask ourselves, what do we want out of this pick? So clearly, if we can get it, we want 32 from the Steelers.
What if we just flip both twos for their twos?
So you're saying we give up 53-61, they give up 32-49?
249, and then maybe you can get like 120 back from them.
All right, so it'd be
You
We give up
upgrade both twos, yeah.
upgrade both twos to there, and then throw us one. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's going to allow it.
It's like, let's lift more off of them. Do you want a future
Sure.
pick?
Can I get Calvin Austin the third just because I want to?
Apparently, we probably could also get a future second.
I mean, let's offer it.
Sure. All right. Offer the trade. Why not? Cool.
Hey!
Hey,
So again, for those listening, what we ended up doing, we gave up 9, 53, and 61 for 17, 32, 49, 120, and a future second. Essentially upgrading the 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, we upgraded both second-round picks. We picked up a fourth and a future second, which
So,
currently
look at
amounts to a third.
The Steelers ended up taking
oh,
because
Just saying this.
this is my punishment.
walk here. We're getting a little stuck in the weeds. Nolan
right.
Smith gone. Christian Gonzalez gone. Peter Skoronsky gone.
Gone.
Paris Johnson gone. Jack Smith gone. Miles Murphy gone. Quentin Johnson gone.
All
So-
right.
You are now sitting at 17. You have Elijah Cansey as the number one on the board for PFF. You also have Darnell Wright. You also have a Joey Porter. You also have Deshaun Robinson sitting there.
Okay. So I think to me the two players to talk about are, do you want Darnell Wright or Broderick Jones? That's it to me.
Really? Because my brain went to my top two there is Darnell Wright or Elijah Cansey.
I don't think they're going to have any interest in
Yeah,
Kansas.
and to me, I understand Cansey because look, he's small but he's electric, right? And it's like there's a part of you that's like you don't want to overthink that, but is it realistic, right? And I guess that's the part that's tough. Like, what are we going for here? Like, are we trying to do what they would do or what we would do? Because I am not like diametrically opposed to Cansey at all.
My only problem is we have a bit of obviously knowledge based on what Woods has done in some other places. We haven't seen what he would do here, and so to say that he wouldn't have interest in Cansey because he doesn't fit what we think is going to be the DeForest Buckner role, I think is assuming a bit much, just because of how dynamic he is inside.
So my brain is leaning towards Broderick Jones. That's just my personal opinion. So I will always value age in a prospect. Broderick Jones is a baby when it comes to football. I would probably lean his way and just live with it, especially because his top comp, I believe, on Mock Draftable is actually Braxton Jones, who they took last year out of Southern Utah.
Can I cut in with that though? Darnell Wright and Broderick Jones are both 21, so that doesn't even.
I didn't look at. I'll be honest. Yeah. I just assumed he was older, being that he was a senior. So he must. Right. Okay.
He must be He's an old 21, but yeah. So they're the same age.
Jake,
I guess
Yeah. So with where I'm at right now, I think Broderick Jones is the best value on the board. The fact that he's available this late is honestly kind of surprising to me. Yeah. I know, PFF is, appears to be lower on him than the consensus, appears to be lower on him than I am. I'm down with either Broderick or Darnell Wright, but if I'm comparing the two, the film grade is very similar for two different reasons, but I think you're looking at much more athletic upside with Broderick Jones than you are with Darnell Wright. I think that, from a scheme fit perspective, I hate to be that guy who's just constantly bringing up scheme fit, but Broderick Jones is a more natural athlete. He's a more coordinated athlete. And that's not to hate on Darnell Wright by any means. I just think for what this offense requires in an offensive tackle, Broderick Jones is a very, very good fit. And I think Darnell Wright, yeah, obviously he's bigger, he's stronger in his anchor, but I feel like Broderick Jones also has that level of tenacity once he locks up at the point of attack where, he could really check a lot of boxes. So
could we also maybe – oops, sorry. He kind of cut out there. I didn't hear him.
Broderick Jones. No, I was just saying Broderick's the guy for me.
Okay, so the only thing I would like to bring up on Darnell, just because it surfaced in a tweet, I believe, earlier today, was character concerns.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think this regime wants any part of that. Like, if he's lazy and this, that, the other, like, they already clearly don't really care much for the guy who already has character issues of being lazy. His coach didn't like him at Oklahoma State and Tevin Jenkins. Are they really going to do that again if that was the case with Gary Heupel at Tennessee and him?
So 2 things I'd want to bring up real quick. One, and we're off.
How true is it? I don't know. I'm just
Elijah
saying.
Cansey had 0 top 30 visits. No teams brought him in, according to Adeptus Serpentis, which is very true. However, that doesn't mean anything.
I don't think I care. I honestly couldn't care less about that.
It means literally nothing. The reason you bring these people in is because you maybe have a medical concern and you want to look at them because they have a character concern. You need to ask them questions. All that means is that these teams, they know who he is. They're comfortable with who he is. This is not a reason to not draft him. I'm not saying we're picking him here. What I'm saying, though, is that is erroneous. So number two, what I want to bring up, if you look at the other trade that we have offered, I have to bring this up. We have an offer from the Ravens, number 22. Really, that's going to be just dropping down about 5 picks. Is there enough players available that you'd want to be able to snag an extra pick from the Ravens to move down to 22?
So let's say you're trying to stay with the offensive tackle thing. I think the edge and the idea of getting an interior pass rusher is dead at this point. Broderick Jones, I think, is a tier above Darnell Wright. I think it's Goronsky is in his own league as an offensive lineman. Then it's Jones and Broderick Jones and Paris Johnson Jr. in their own tier. I would personally put DeJuan Jones is better than all of them. That's my personal opinion. I know that's going to frazzle some people. That's my opinion. I'm not sitting here trying to bang the DeJuan Jones drum. But I am telling you, if you're going to stay true to the board and how I think the Bears would view it, I think they would run to the podium with Broderick Jones at this point.
The thing that gives me pause, which I think that what you're saying is probably true, that the upside is there, the possibility is there, but if you're saying I want a guy who's going to be good right now for
Bijan Robinson.
Fields, you're right, yeah. But if you want to have somebody the best NFL ready right now pass protector, to me is going to be Darnell Wright over Broderick Jones right now. That said, I think that probably more likely, and I think the athleticism part is maybe a bit knocked when it comes to Darnell Wright unfairly, because he's a pretty damn good athlete, but I think that Broderick Jones is just a really good athlete. And so
yes.
So at this point,
and I should clarify there. I should clarify with Darnell Wright. That's not to say he's a bad athlete for an offensive tackle by any means. Honestly, I mean, he tested incredibly well, so there's obviously something there. And for a guy who's like 330 pounds, he does move quite well. But you're comparing Broderick Jones. He's a guy who doesn't just move well for his size. He moves really well, period. Yes. I think it's apples and oranges, where it's like, okay, Darnell Wright is good for his size. And on tape, there are some issues where sometimes he can get beat by the speed rush. That's not so much an issue with Broderick Jones. And I think that as a run blocker, whether he's down blocking, reach blocking, what have you, you get him on the move. I don't know if there's going to be another offensive tackle in this class who's going to look as coordinated and just as smooth as he moves. So, I mean, they're both very good players, obviously.
I'm also personally holding against Darnell Wright his tape last season.
All right,
playing
that's
left.
it. No more conversation. We have to move on. We haven't made a damn pick yet.
We've taken insanely long on this.
None of you answered my question. I asked the question, and then Danny went into a whole other thing.
So my answer personally is no. I don't think there are going to be enough players, and I think that if you move back to 22 from here, Roderick Jones is gone, and I think that Roderick Jones is probably the pick.
Okay, I'm making a Broderick Jones pick. Go with this.
Bam, there you go. Yeah, we did it. Roderick Jones.
We made a pick!
Number 17. All right, so now there's your Bijan Robinson, number 21. Sorry,
I just want to throw myself off the building.
Wow. Okay, I was aggressive. Okay, so pick number 32. We're gonna take like a quarter of the time to make this one.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! You've got to be kidding me. Okay, this is gonna be really hard.
People who are gone, just for people to know, Bijan's gone, Darnell Wright's gone. We have a tackle, so it doesn't matter. Jordan Addison is gone. Brian Breesy's gone. Jahmyr Gibbs, sad, gone. Those are some of the people that I think are important to say. So, some people available: Will McDonald, Zay Flowers, Felix, and I'm gonna butcher this. Anudike Uzuma. Thank you, Diane Henley, and that's all I'm gonna go. Okay, go. Whoever wants to take the floor, go.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Sprint to the podium. Will McDonald's hanging out. The Bears were the worst pass rushing team in football last year, and you can get the guy with the best spin move in the draft, and he's a good football player. He's polished. He's ready to play right now. I don't care that Matt Eberflus traditionally does not draft small defensive ends. Oh my God!
To me, I'm having a hard time passing up Zay Flowers right here. Cannot believe this dude is still available at number 32. And I'm having a hard time with this, guys. I mean, because I have mocked Will McDonald to the Bears with this exact pick. That was like the first thing that I would have thought. But I don't know, man. I feel like we need to talk about this Zay Flowers thing. He should not be here. He should not be here.
He shouldn't be. He should not be. And honestly, I'm cool with either. I'm really cool with either. I think it's just a matter of. For what it's worth, I have Flowers higher on my board. So purely going off of that, I think Flowers should be the pick. But I don't think you can go wrong either way. And obviously, edge is the bigger need. Yes. McDonald's in super long arms, insanely athletic, flexible, checks all the boxes. Really, Eberflus showed with his time in the Colts that some of those undersized defensive ends can play in that system. Whether they play well, that's another story. But again, I think that comes down to the players they chose more so than the scheme fit itself. But I'm cool with either one of those two. I definitely narrow it down between those guys because those are the ones who stand out the most to me by far.
What can we get in a trade down? Just because I'm curious.
So current offers are the Packers at 45, the Bills at 59, the Bengals at 60.
I don't want to move back that far.
No, we can't.
No, 40. You can move back 45. I'd entertain, honestly, because you have enough good football players where I could entertain 45. I'm not going past that though.
Yeah, they're not. I think that's the real life part though. Is Packers aren't trading with you.
Okay, so let's just stand pat.
The other thing too is your best case, you're getting 78 out of that. Is like the best case in terms of like a single pick. So I'd rather take advantage of stupid teams that let these individuals fall to us. Yeah,
I think, and I mean, again, we're coming back to this. Zay Flowers. So here's my thought. Yes, and there are people that are going to be watching this show, listening to me talk about this, screaming about like, what are you talking about? Go defensive line. The defensive line's horrible. The pass rush is horrible. I know it's horrible, and I love Will McDonald. If Zay Flowers wasn't here, I probably wouldn't even be entertaining this discussion. But the other part of this is, and again, I mentioned this, the Bears they've got questions at wide receiver after this year because you're not probably going to be paying both Chase Claypool and Darnell Mooney. One of them is going to be gone. And then after that, you've got DJ Moore. You'll have one of those guys. And then what do you have after that? I feel like getting just a freaking dog, a freaking playmaker like Zay Flowers, to me, I know the defense would probably be horrible, but to me, getting that for Justin Fields.
But you just got Justin his tackle, and you already traded for DJ Moore.
More offense.
I get it, man, but you were the worst defense in football last year.
Yes.
You were historically bad.
Absolutely. But what
I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Zay Flowers is the better. He's the better player. He's better.
That's debatable.
He's better.
Yourself. What do you have to say?
So I think when you're looking at the wide receiver, it's a matter of if you can just pull up real quick, what receivers are still available on the board right now? I just want to see what the rest of the value looks like.
Yep. So you have Zay
Because-
Flowers.
It's a drop.
Okay, so
It's a drop.
Nathaniel Bell, Michael Wilson, Rasheed Rice,
Yeah.
Jalen Hyatt, Perry. It's a drop.
I feel like because the next pick's at 49, I feel like there's going to be an edge there we like.
I mean, you still have Felix.
Oh,
you still have
yeah.
Yeah.
You still have
Oh.
Ema Adebore. You still have Cooley's more of a 3-tech, of course. You still have Foskey.
I think
Okay, I mean, if you guys want to do the Zay Flowers thing as just pure value, that's fine. I don't agree with it, but I get the logic behind it.
Zay
Let's
Flowers
go.
selected by the Chicago Bears, mainly so I can get Khari celebrating like that.
There
All
you
right.
That was
go.
fun.
Oh,
Oh,
this is
John McClintock.
yeah. Look at that.
Oh no. Oh, Cody Mock. That's
Sorry, guys.
I was really hoping he'd fall. Okay.
Oh, let's go. Give me FAU.
So, Danny, my assistant to the GM/defensive coordinator, would you be okay with an FAU?
I think Felix is a really good football player. I think it worked out. I was hoping Adetomoe out of Awaria would fall just because the most important position in this defense is still a 3 technique.
Yeah.
And I think he could be that. But I think the fall, like you're looking at it, the fall off from Felix to everyone else is pretty major. You can't not take him at this point.
How you feel,
You think
Jacob? You feel resolved on that?
Do you take a Thule, by the way? Because bumps him into your Kaiser 3-tech?
Thule's good, but Felix is better.
Yeah, I'm taking Felix over Thule for sure. I think, well, one, the combine weigh-in kind of concerned me a little bit, but that's, just generally Felix has the better tape.
Felix
A
tested
quality
better
pass
too,
rusher
didn't
on
he?
a team that needs pass rushers, and yeah, I agree. Realistically, there's still some good edge rushers out there. I'll just say that I wouldn't totally hate the thought of doubling down later with one of our other picks, but I think Felix Enrique Uzoma's good value here, and just a good addition to the defensive line that needs some sort of investment. So that's where I'd go with here personally.
All right. Y'all have spoken.
And now we wait.
Also, I am 1,000% with you on doubling down later on when it comes to defensive end or interior defensive line for sure, or like some kind of I think that's definitely got to happen.
A couple of highlights here. Drafted
84?
Keanu Benson, Sam Laporta, Julius Brents, Darnell Washington. That was one I was going to throw out to y'all, but really not the most important, especially when you have a guy like Felix sitting there. Tyreek Stevenson, Matthew Bergeron, and Derek Hall. Or Zach Charbonnet.
Guys, I hate to butt in here, but Thule's still available.
Still there.
I think that's your winner. You can have your cake and eat it too.
I'm with you. Could we just have a look and see who? I mean, okay. Would you?
Oh, Travis Hodges Tomlinson would be the second best corner in this draft if he wasn't an Oompa Loompa.
Would you consider Weipler from OSU?
No. I just can't. I don't care.
I'm just saying. I'm just like, would you consider it? But yeah, to me, I feel like I'm okay.
Like I know everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, he's just in center," and that's just kind of like I don't give it.
I'm good on that. Yeah. For those of you who might not have been watching on the stream, Mason just took a look to see what our trade back options are. We don't have anybody asking until pick 92, and we ain't doing that. So,
no thanks, Jeffrey.
So what you feel? You feeling Thule? I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling Thule because he, if nothing else, he can be a big defensive end. He's a big man. I think some people project him at 3 technique. I think that's a tough because I don't think his get off is anything more than fine, which is what the 3 technique needs to be. But you can certainly try him there. Why not? You got to start building up your trenches.
You do.
So I think Thule's running away and hiding at this pick.
How you feel, Jacob?
I'm liking Thule. Can we see the rest of the D line just to be 100% sure?
Yes.
Because Derek Hall going the pick right before just that
Hurts.
That hurts.
Derek
That
Hall
hurts.
was a guy that I'd be rushing to the podium for. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, take
I
Thule.
see.
Take Thule.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
Thule. For the love of God, take
Too
Thule.
big of a drop-off. We can get some of these guys. So there's a whole mess of guys that are in that range that I would be fine with at 103, 120, and 130 and stuff. But yeah, Thule's the guy right there. So yes, to recap, look, to recap, okay, we did do 3 trench picks in the first 4, and we got Zay Flowers.
This would be the draft that Dave Thomas would be proud of because we found the beef.
Okay, no, seriously. Like, if that actually unfolded like that, dog, come on now.
You probably should just hire us all because this is totally realistic.
It's over for the rest of the league at that point.
Jeez.
Because this is the top of round 4 now.
I would say there. I feel like I
would
have.
Oh boy,
Khari Thompson living there.
No
we have
way.
Andre Carter. Gross. I'm not a big Andre Carter guy. Michael Wilson, Anthony Johnson, Jordan Battle, Carl Brooks, Kobe Turner, Moro Ojomo. Is there a position any of y'all are really pounding the table?
Can I see what's in tight end, please?
Yeah, because we got it. Because I feel like the Musgraves of the world are gone. Yeah, let's check it out. Because I feel like to me, and maybe Jacob has a different opinion on this. If we could check tight end, Luke Schoonmaker is a guy that I really like.
That's what I was just gonna say. I really like Schoonmaker.
I'm pretty sure he's still around. After that, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bunch of like project type guys.
But I mean, are we sure? Because I'm almost tempted to just take Travius and say screw it.
So y'all keep talking. I can't hear anything right now because so you keep doing your thing.
Can't hear anything? Apparently Mason can't hear us. Okay.
All right. So
how do you feel about Travius? Is the size a deterrent for you, Khari?
Not entirely. Look, okay. So here's how I would look at this. You're not drafting him to be an outside corner. You're drafting him to just be a good corner. And look, I think there's still room to see if you can find a really good slot because look in his defense, that's a very important position, and he's got literally the only thing about him that is questionable size to me.
So Schoonmaker and then Davis Allen, that's a fall off there, man.
Oh, that's tough. I feel like
Oh, that's rough.
So
I kind of want to take Schoonmaker here then, because the thing I worry about with Travius, as much as I like his tape and I like his game, is I think Kyler's best inside. That's what I think they drafted him for.
Yeah, and so you want to see if you can kick him inside.
That's what I would personally do, and I almost would lean towards Schoonmaker.
Can we look at the corners? Let's see. Well, okay, we lost Mason, so let me see if we could look at corners. Okay.
The man himself is back.
Oh my God, he's almost back. Okay, so Schoonmaker is definitely on my list right here. Oh, Mason is
boy.
Mason's big old invisible head is. Oh my God.
What is going on? I pressed the wrong button. That's just me.
Why are you the way you are, Jacob?
Issue on my end.
This is so chaotic. I love it. I absolutely love it. Mason, what's
boss?
going on,
are you back?
Can you hear us? He's looking at us like he cannot hear us. Okay. All right. Let's look at these corners. Okay.
I'll take Schoonmaker here.
Yeah, there are a bunch of corners on here I feel like could last till 120.
Yeah. How you feeling, Jacob? Do you like Schoonmaker here, or do you want to see something else?
I like the corners still available. I agree with what you guys were saying about Travius Hodge-Tomlinson. I think, incredible tape, but very much undersized. And if the Bears want to keep Kyler inside, then, Hodges Tomlinson's not playing outside by any means.
Yeah.
I really like Eli Ricks and Jacorian Bennett. I know they're a little bit lower on the board there.
Right.
So I feel like
Yeah.
maybe if you guys are pounding the table for Schoonmaker, I can respect that. And I say, we can wait off a little bit, and then I think corner with the next pick would be really good value.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to be a meme and ask to see the running backs?
Why am I not surprised? I am not at all surprised you want to see the running backs.
This is my brand, Jacob. Linebackers and running backs. Let's go.
Okay, let's check it out. Oh my God, Tyjae Spears is still there.
I don't like Tyjae the way others do. Zach Evans catches my eye, though.
There's some value there. There's some value in running back. Let me tell you.
Ooh, there's Chase. You know what? We'll hold off
Chase Brown. Yeah,
Chase Brown is the guy.
So
we'll hold off.
So
we'll hang out.
So here's the thing. I think that based off of the way this is functioning, if you like Eli Ricks, if you like one of these corners, they're not gonna be there if we don't take them right now. I think.
But I think the fall off though from Schoonmaker is harder.
Yeah.
I would say let's go Schoonmaker and just get the blocking tight end that has receiving upside. Maybe Jacob has a differing opinion. When I watch him, that guy is so fluid with how he moves. There's you can see him turn his hips.
Yes, I think we do.
Get me Luke.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I think that if you like Sam Laporta and you can't get him early, Schoonmaker's a nice guy to get later. That's not. I'll admit that's not my top pick here, but I'm cool enough with it that I'll give it the okay. Just curious to see what's going to happen with the next pick, but I'm on board with that.
So you're thinking about the corners.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about the corners because there's no third starter alongside Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon right now. I love especially Jacorian Bennett for a guy who's not super tall. He's got long arms, tested insanely well. I like the scrappy edge he plays with on tape. So if there's anyone I'm pushing for here, it's Jacorian Bennett. Again, I'm cool with Schoonmaker for sure. But then again, I also think I'm a little bit higher on the depth of this class than it sounds like you guys are. So
perhaps so. So okay.
So my issue is I see the next one's coming up. I don't think Davis is a good enough athlete, and Zach Kuntz, when you watch him, he offends me personally because he's big, he's strong, he's fast. But he plays it's the thing I always said about Denzel Mims years ago coming out of the Baylor. He's soft. He doesn't play hard. Okay. And it irks me.
All right. We've been talking way too much about pick number 103.
Okay. Yeah. So, let's make a pick.
Okay.
So Luke,
I think that because I agree with Jacob about Jacorian Bennett. I am willing to throw the dice here.
I would be willing to bet Jacorian's more likely to be there than Schoonmaker.
I am willing to do this dice throw for you.
All right.
And we'll do like this for one of these.
All right, Luke Schoonmaker, you are a bear.
Let's go.
Ooh. Patriots taking Tanner McKee in this.
Wow, Travis.
Jack Roy. That would have been a good 3-tech kind of guy.
Jacorian. I think Jacorian made it, didn't he?
He did. He's going to be there. He's there. So is Eli Ricks.
So actually, the guy I was going to say that I think is a really good fit for this defense is Riley Moss, and it goes against everything. I don't believe in white defensive backs. It goes against my belief system.
Did Bennett get scooped? Am I tripping?
Did he go?
Look up the corners. Also, my face is all cut off. That ain't right.
You're handsome as hell, so.
Oh, he's there.
He's there. Yeah. I'm cool with Jacorian Bennett here. Just take the guy.
So let's talk about who's still there. So they still got Eli Ricks and Jacorian Bennett among corners that I like. Anybody else that kind of strikes your fancy here?
Not really, because I was between him and I was going to plead my case for Riley Moss because I think he's a really good fit and he's a tremendous athlete.
Yes.
But he went the pick before.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jacob, unless he's gone again.
He's gone.
No.
Well, let's give our guy his corner, which also Ja'Cory Bennett, really good special teams player.
Yeah.
So
And I don't know what's in the water in Maryland, but between Ja'Cory Bennett and Deontay Banks, those dudes are blowing up testing. It's crazy. Mason, can we see running backs just so I can see what's left?
Yes, we can. I'm going to give a quick pick recap for those who are joining a little late. So we ended up trading back to the Steelers for a bunch of stuff for Broderick Jones. There was a contentious debate between him and Darnell Wright. Then we ended up snagging Zay Flowers with the 32nd pick, which we got in that Steelers trade. Then we got Felix. I'm not going to say his last name because I'll butcher it, but FAU. Got our edge finally, which made Danny very happy. Then we got
better if he was a guy who played hockey in high school. Whatever, it's fine.
Thinking we're going to try to beef him up a little bit, slide him on that 3 tech, work on that first step. That we have our interior. Something happens. Ignore that. Then we dipped into the talented tight end class for Luke Schoonmaker. And then finally, we've got a corner since we need a little depth there. It's a little questionable right now with Ja'Cory Bennett. Now we're on the clock again with another pick, mind you, in 3 picks.
So my thought here is Kobe Turner's staring me in the face right now. And if you want a potential 3 tech, there you go. Chase Brown's still here.
Chase Brown is still hanging out. Yeah.
If you want to ask what I do here, which
I do.
I know nobody just did, so I'm saying this anyway. First of all, thank you for taking Ja'Cory Bennett. Right, and my connection falls apart literally right as you're about to take my guy. But I'm looking here. I've got 2 picks pretty close to each other. I'm thinking D tackle and running back are really good value here. Me personally, I'm more of a Moro Ajomo type of guy over Kobe Turner. I think he fits that 3 technique mold pretty well too. But I wouldn't hate if you guys chose Kobe.
I think we might be split here.
And then I'm looking Chase Brown to start round 5.
That is my dude for this offense in the middle rounds. So, I love Chase Brown as a fit.
So I love that plan. I can absolutely be swayed by Moro Ajomo over Kobe Turner here.
So the thing to keep in mind with Kobe is he's new to football still. His best days may be in front of him. He was I think he transferred to Wake Forest after being at a subdivision 1 school.
He was
right?
He was a Richmond guy. I know he played really well there, but he was
right.
If I remember correctly, I think he was only at Wake Forest for 1 year.
Yeah, this was his only year there. This is his only year. He transferred in, but he's only played football for literally 3 or 4 years of his life. So I think the upside is tempting with him just because he's played less football and he's been almost as impactful for where he's played at. I don't think I'd come off Kobe. I get the Moro thing. I do. I just think Kobe might offer more upside from where we're at right now.
All right, so let's do this. Danny, give me your 1 sentence, your elevator pitch, 1 sentence for Kobe, and then Jacob, I'll have you do the same for Moro. Go ahead, Danny, first.
Kobe, I like his hand, how he fights with his hands and his hand placement and how he uses all that. I like his natural athleticism and ability to kind of play with good pad level. I'm not going to sit here and claim he's a tremendous athlete because he's not, but I just kind of like his lack of experience leading to what could be more upside.
All right, Jacob?
All right, so I'm just going to sum it up in a couple words. Stout frame, explosive, long arms. That's it. That's all I'm going to put.
And I will say too, I think Moro's a bit of a tactician with how he moves, and he plays real hard, and I think he fits that hits principle. So I think we're gonna go
with the idea that
You hate your defensive coordinator, Mason. This is what this is coming down to.
and hey, but listen. We wanted to roll with.
Can I have my running back at least?
That's what I was gonna say. We could get your guy.
Yeah, we might hate the defensive coordinator, but we like you enough to give you a running back that you can't use.
Oh god! I feel both seen and attacked once again, twice on the same podcast.
So we are sitting here at pick 136. Our next pick is going to be 148. Chase Brown ranked as 143, average draft position 137. I would think that it would be kind of rolling the dice to not take him here if we wanted to wait too long. So I would think Chase Brown is the pick, just considering just how solid he is.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Time out. Israel Bonaconda is still available.
He is.
Yeah, but he doesn't stay.
He's very good.
He and God, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, never mind.
My problem with Israel is a strong wind and he goes down. Like there's no second wind. Like the contact balance is real weird.
Mm-hmm. Like I was trying to say, him and my favorite tight end share the same lover, the ground. They both love ending up in the grass and the dirt.
All right. Well, unless otherwise,
go with Chase. Go with Chase.
I'm rocking with Chase for sure.
All right, we got 3 picks left. Okay, look. So, in honor of it being like the last 3 picks, we're just gonna make these damn picks, right?
Yeah, we're
gonna argue more because I feel like arguing.
Right,
seriously,
so
like you
can
are
still get Kobe Turner if you
wildly
really want
competitive. Okay,
let's see.
we got some interesting names.
What are the centers available?
We have not gotten a center. This is true. Interior.
IOL.
I don't like Olu. I just
I'm kind of good on Olu.
He's fine.
Ooh, Ricky Stromberg. Oh my god.
Though.
Love Stromberg.
Ooh, and this is an interesting case because his rank is 218, which is our next pick after this is 218.
Yeah.
Average drafted positions 184. I think he's probably not here if we don't.
I would take him also just because he's a freak athletically.
So let's bookmark Ricky right now and see what else is on the table.
I can absolutely do that.
Just a quick recap. Stromberg, and it does show on his tape. Stromberg weighed in at 6'3", 306. He ran a 5.27 40 with a 1.75 10-yard split. And he short shuttled 4.47, and he 3-coned 7.41. He's moving at center.
So what do you think, Jacob? You like Ricky Stromberg right here? We're turning this over at 148.
Yeah, I'm personally cool with Stromberg. I think you're looking at the centers there. I think he's a better fit than Oluwatimi. You could debate who's the better player, but I think Stromberg's had some really good tape. I think he's a technician who plays hard, and he's not gonna wow you, like he's not gonna confuse you for like a Jason Kelsey type, but he's not the worst athlete in the world. I'm cool with Stromberg here personally. I like Jarrett Patterson though. I do like Jarrett Patterson if you keep him at center, which I think you should, rather than have him at guard. But I'm cool with either.
Question.
Uh-huh.
There's one specific edge I want to see if he's there because again I'm me and I'm a meme. I want to see if Yaya's there.
I get that. Real quick on Stromberg before I pull that up. The one thing I would add on him too is that he did play multiple interior positions, so you do get that over in Olu, which I think we've passed on Olu, so it doesn't particularly matter.
Yep, we're good on that.
So you're pretty good on that one. But that at the end of the day too, he just with that 3 starting experience or all 3 positions, and the leadership he's shown, I really like him, and that Stromberg particularly. But we will go to edge and see where Yaya is. Oops, I did not get rid of the interior offensive lineman. Hold on.
No, yeah.
Oh, he might be gone.
Yeah,
This
he's
game
gone.
hates me. I'm getting boned here.
All right. So I think that decision's been made.
Yeah, I think we're going Stromberg then. I just wanted to see if he was there because I was texting Jacob about this actually a couple days ago. If everything goes right, Yaya could be the next coming of Adalys Thomas.
Before
That
he got
dude-
paid and bad.
Before he got paid in bad, yes. I'm saying even like Khari, the measurables, the everything, it's like a clone. I'm like,
All right. We making
All
this.
right, let's send it in.
Okay, because like for real, I need to get out of here in like the next like 5 minutes.
we'll
All
get
right,
out of here.
I as Ryan polls I'm going to see if a player I want is here, and I'm going to supersede what y'all say.
Oh well, that's rude.
Yeah, it is what- Look, I was going to push Jackson Smith and the Jigba thing real early, and I chose not to and listen to my war room.
Well, you still didn't get me my hockey player, and I'm mad about it.
He was the Steelers traded up for him. There's nothing I could do.
You hate me. This is not my fault.
When you see the board at the end of the day, you're going to be very happy with how it turned out. Monday morning,
think
you
it's-
wake up, it's going to be great.
It's just
Oh, Andre's
whatever.
gone. There goes Jacob's boy. I can't pronounce his last name.
I was literally just about to ask if he was still there. I was thinking about it. Literally, I wasn't looking at the screen. But
Goodbye,
Oh.
Jacob.
it's like,
No idea.
Jacob has become a robot. Everybody.
This end of the day 7 is going to be, or round 7 is going to be rough. This is a long drop. Okay. Let's see.
All right.
Oh, guys here. I'm taking Jake Witt here. Y'all can suck it.
I mean,
Just-
go for it. Go for it.
You are a meme.
Hey,
if I'm a meme, Mason, you're a meme. Stop that.
Oh my
Look,
god.
here's the thing. Also, I think it makes sense, right? In these last couple of rounds, these last picks, you go with upside, you go with potential.
Yep.
And I think with Jake, I prefer the kind of guy he is when I got to talk to him. And again, just like Danny likes to talk about the football babies, I mean, he is a football infant, in terms of tackle. He went from tight end and then all of a sudden got thrown in and held his own against very draftable players, and then was able to continue that last year. I think you're lucky if you can get him on your team and have him as a developmental tackle.
Can Mason, when it gets to this pick, can we see linebackers, please, just as like special teams help? Just get something who can maybe contribute.
Jonah Tavai. Not a
It is interesting. We
linebacker.
haven't drafted a linebacker or a safety.
Ben Versemerin from Michigan State
Ben
blew up his
Summerin.
pro. Summerin,
Yeah.
I can't say his name. He blew up his pro day.
I've heard good things about both Isaiah Moore and Drake Thomas from the Shrine Bowl. Do we want to see safeties? It's like
Yeah, let's take a look at safeties because
Yeah, we can check safeties.
yeah.
Ooh, Jaden Woodbay from Boston College. I actually watched him work out at BC's Pro Day.
Kayvon Merriweather's interesting.
I like Merriweather a lot.
So do
especially that late.
I
think
really
that's
like
good.
Kayvon this late.
Yeah! We
There we
did
go.
it! Let's go. Okay, I'm going to
Finished.
stick around to see the grade, and then I need to get the bleep out of here, so...
All right. So, in the end, what we
Okay,
ended up
I'm
with-
guessing we're going to get B+.
A minus, my guess.
Hey,
A.
Solid A.
Oh, saw.
so just to
Wow.
run through this real quick.
with our edge picks killing the game and Moro Ajomo killing the game.
So we
Look at
ended up
that.
trading with the Steelers, which got us the 32 back, 49 this year, as well as 120, as well as a future second, wild. Basically, we just upgraded those second rounders. We got Broderick Jones after a heated debate over which tackle to go with, which netted us a B. Zay Flowers, unheard of with that 32nd pick. He won't be there, but who cares? Then we got FAU Felix out of Kansas State, edge at 32. Number 49. Thule, another edge. Tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. Jacorian Bennett, cornerback. Defensive interior and possible 3-tech if Thule doesn't work out. We got Morrow as a rotational piece. Chase Brown, one of Danny's favorites. They didn't like that pick. That was a C. That was one of the worst ones, according to
So
PFF.
I'll let you in on a secret. PFF hates every running back.
This is true.
Every single one of them.
Ricky Stromberg, center, and then Jake Witt, my boy, at tackle, and then finally wrapped it up, safety, little special team help, Kayvon Merriweather, netting us overall an A.
That went really well. That went better than I thought it was.
Yes, it did.
I'm very happy with that. Absolutely.
Yes, we
That's a
killed
really
the game.
That's a really good draft. I'm not
No.
even gonna lie to you. That's a really good draft.
What did I tell you? We killed the game. You didn't want Zay Flowers, and that's one of the low key biggest steals of the draft.
You know
So
what? It worked
I'm-
out because both Felix, we got to have our cake and eat it too, with both
we
Felix
absolutely
and Thule both falling
lucked
after
out
that.
so hard.
Kyrie, get out of
Gentlemen.
here. I know you got to run.
Yeah, gentlemen, this was so fun. So glad I was able to do that. Maybe I'll be able to join you next week, but I will be interviewing somebody about a Steph Curry documentary, so we'll play that one by ear.
All right. Well, Kyrie.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kyrie.
Voice friend of the podcast. Have a good one. But yeah, I mean, let's be real. I mean, no one knows how the draft's going to turn out. Likely this isn't happening. I don't know why PFF was drinking something today, but I'm a fan of it. We fixed the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was a little bit upset with the Zay, not upset, but like a little bit combative on the Zay Flowers thing just because of everything, but it worked out. Sometimes things fall your way. And I mean, I kind of want Jacob. Go ahead, Jacob.
No, I was just saying, like, I think from, like, especially an offensive perspective, you're adding Broderick Jones and Zay Flowers to that offense.
Goodbye, Jacob.
Looks like we lost Jacob.
I think what he was getting at was it was very good to be able to add both a wide receiver and a tackle that'll help off rip day one. There's going to be growing pains. They're rookies, but I think that's kind of what he was alluding to. As if we're trying to let him do it again.
All right. Well, Jacob's gone. So we'll wrap this up. We want to thank, obviously, Kyrie, who is here. We want to thank Danny for consistently being here, and Jacob. He's going to be killing it this next week. Definitely go ahead if you haven't. Follow him on Twitter. He's going to pop in, hopefully not from a car, during the live stream that we're going to be doing next week on Thursday. Obviously, and that's the thing. I always appreciate these guys. You know, Kyrie, a friend of the podcast, Jacob, for popping in. You know, they're putting, their real life stuff to the side in order to come on here. So I can't tell you them how much I appreciate them coming on. Jacob, I was just singing your praises. No big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to do that while I'm here. I already have a big enough ego as it is, so don't inflate it anymore.
Oh, we already knew that.
But yeah, we were just saying, definitely excited. The stuff you're going to be doing this next week is going to be awesome. And then you're going to be popping on to give us a little recap, right? From what we're doing it live. And then the entire time, I mean, you're just going to have content coming out about all these players. So if you're curious as to who that person is being drafted at pick 133, round 4, and have no idea who they are, Jacob will have some of that info for you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having me. I know, especially with, all the technical difficulties on my end. I appreciate you guys being patient on that. But yeah, we got a kick-ass mock and, had some nice draft talk. So I don't think you can really beat that at the end of the day.
Exactly. Well, we'll wrap it up here. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in and listening as always. Come on out to Noon Whistle. Seriously, if you're in the Chicagoland area, don't watch the draft from your couch. That's lame. Come to Noon Whistle. They have beer, $1 off of all the pours. I already said that at the top, but I'm going to say it again. You can't get a better deal anywhere else. We're not going to pay you or force you to pay to come in the front door, like some other places are doing right now. And they have like all these sweet little, like they have why am I having a brain fart? They have like a gaming section over in the corner too, so you can play all that. It's going to be a bunch of good people around. We got the giveaways. Jacob, you can't have one. Sorry, I know you're not even going to be there, so you can't get one. But we're wrapping
I'm
up.
going to rig it. I'm going to win
Sure.
everything.
It's going to be all the Meehans just winning. Bear the hell down.